pitches and teams keep investing in pitches up, the style of play is going to get better. More people are going to want to come up to Scottish football, and that's a fact. Because
I think that'll be a big thing if Hearts do go on and win it as well. See for teams trying to recruit players, and there's been such a buzz round about the league. If you're a player maybe down in England 3 or 4 years ago, you'd have been like, don't fancy going to Scotland. Now you might be sitting there thinking, well, such and such I want to sign me. Do you know what, I quite fancy going up to Scotland because of what's happened, the story of what's happened.
I think through Hearts this season, I think an awful lot of people see how unbelievably passionate a football country this is. They've woken up to it because they've probably tuned out Celtic win the league every year. So what?
Yeah.
There's no surprises in Scotland. Now Hearts have opened their eyes up. People are now looking not just at Celtic, they're looking at Hearts, and maybe they're picking up a bit of Motherwell. Maybe they're picking up a bit of Falkirk. Hang on a second, that's pretty decent up there.
It's been the most remarkable. So, Scott, I know you need to go down to your sports scene colleagues. So finally from yourself, are you expecting both Celtic and Hearts to get the business done tonight and then Celtic to finish the job on Saturday?
Yeah, I think both teams will win today. I do. I think Motherwell have got a little bit of defensive issues. Obviously Welsh is huge, Gordon's on the bench as well. But for me, I just think Celtic are hitting the peak at the right time. They've been there, they've done it, and I think that's the thing for Celtic that will get them over the line. They know how to win games, and there's people like Cal McGregor, who's a serial winner, that wants that more than anybody, and he's the one that'll be making sure in that dressing room, as well as Martin and Kieran and other people like that. But they'll be driving it. And then look, it is going to be a hard game if it comes to the last game of the season, but I think 60,000 fans at Celtic Park, it's just too much. I think Celtic, if they need to win that game, I think they do.
Right. Good stuff, Scott. Thanks very much indeed for joining us.
Get out of here, Kenny. Haven't enough.
See you, Ryan.
On that note,
plenty more of Scott on Sports Scene tonight, 10:40 in BBC One. Thanks for joining us on Sports Sound. Scott Brown there, fantastic to have him in the studio. Thanks, Scott. Cheers, buddy. Right, so this plan for Sports Sound is amazing tonight. 8 o'clock kick-off, just over half an hour away. A choice of commentaries, Tynecastle and Fir Park, updates from Ibrox. We're live on YouTube from around about 9:50. You'll find us there on BBC Sports Scottish Football. Subscribe and post a comment. It's going to be the most unbelievable night in what has been an incredible season. We are now just over half an hour away from kick-offs on one of the biggest nights we've ever had on this programme.
Every goal, every game, every kick of the ball, live.
On BBC Radio Scotland.
Scottish football lives here. Hearts.
Shanklin's there! And Shanklin rifles it into the net!
Versus Falkirk.
Ben Brogio puts Falkirk ahead!
We've done alright against Hearts this season. We obviously won in the Scottish Cup. They beat us in the league. It's going to be a huge occasion.
I believe, and I have believed for a while, that we've got a team that's capable of winning the league. Just that unshakable belief in what we're doing. We have to overcome difficulties with injuries and the like, but every team has to deal with that.
Motherwell.
It's in! Motherwell in front!
Versus Celtic.
Midas overhead kick! Oh, what a goal it is! Dyson Maida is in dreamland!
Have to go to the well a few more times. Obviously Motherwell are a really fine footballing team and they come to play.
We want to finish the season off with a bang. A huge night for us as a football club. The final chapter has been written in who's going to end where in this season, but I hope that we will write our own final chapter on where we will end this season.
Rangers.
And it's tucked into the net! Rangers lead!
Versus Hibernian.
Neil steps in! It's a level, would you credit it?
There's always been that belief within the group that a complete performance with what's in that dressing room, we're a very good side.
If you lose 3 games in an important time of the year, it's normal that you get questions and you have to answer the question. That's the reason I'm here.
Honestly, I just can't wait. We're buzzing in this studio. We can't wait to get started. Let's hear live now on Sports Sound from the Hearts manager. How's he feeling tonight? Derek McInnes with Brian McLaughlin.
Well, Derek, the excitement is in the studio here. It's in the studio up the top there in the back of the Wheatfield stand from the pundits. How are you feeling?
I'm alright, look forward to the game. Obviously it's an eagerly anticipated, as all the home games have, to be fair, this season, but I remember the first game here against Aberdeen of the season. We wanted to be something, we wanted to get the crowd involved, and we were relentless with our work that night. And now we play the last game of the season at Tynecastle. We're just asked the players for more of the same approach, same commitment, same desire. Get the crowd into it as much as we can, but hopefully the same outcome as it was that night.
It's been the talk of not just Scottish football but world football, Hearts' story this season. How have you been able to keep a lid, particularly the last few days, Derek, because it's heightened since the weekend?
Yeah, I think probably since we beat Hibs and then Rangers it started to add to it, because there's obviously, I think even a lot of Hearts fans started to really believe that this is on. Internally we've felt it's been on for a long time. We felt that we could just keep mirroring what we've been doing throughout the season and going to the split fixtures in good form and ready to deal with the games. And obviously with Motherwell before the split fixtures, which is another top 6 team, so effectively picked up 10 points from 12 since that game against the good teams in the league. And now we're playing another one who, as sometimes you go into these split fixtures and you're playing against teams who don't have anything to play for, and they'll say they're going to do this and they're going to fight for it, and because that's integrity and all that, but Falkirk have still got a lot to play for, and we've got to expect a tough challenge tonight. But equally we want to remind ourselves, the team, that the crowd, carry yourself along with emotion, stay calm in the game, but just win the game. It's important we just concentrate on what we're doing when we don't have the ball, what we're doing with the ball, try and create chances. The crowd aren't going to score goals for us. We've really concentrated with our work, but it's important the atmosphere is going to be special, and it's important we thrive on that.
The first 45 minutes here against Rangers last week, there was possibly a bit of rushness within the squad and maybe, I'd say, panic, but they were maybe just hurrying things up a little bit too much.
Yeah.
The second half, though, Cam, have you learned from that night, and the players more importantly learned from that night?
Yeah, I think there's that whole adage, that fire and ice. You still want to play with that fire and get after teams, don't let them enjoy playing here, and that's something that's been really important to us here, and don't let them enjoy coming to Tynecastle. Fed up hearing in the past opposition teams saying loving to play at Tynecastle, and we've tried to go against that. But at the same token, you've still got to have the calmness, the ice to play and make good decisions, and the best players do that under those circumstances. And I just thought, as you rightly said, for probably half an hour that first half, after the initial kind of decent start, we weren't composed enough to deal with it, and then as a consequence everything just becomes a bit harder. So second half was more what we're looking for.
Speaking about consequences, the consequence of winning tonight could be the biggest night in Hearts' recent history, certainly in the last 70 years.
Yeah, it could be, but as I say, it's we don't decide that. The only thing we can influence is try to win the game, and hopefully we can tonight. It could be, but also couldn't be, and it's there's too many unknowns still. We only 2 games to go. Like I said, for a few weeks now I've been prepared for this going the whole way and going to the last game of the season, and if that's the case then we'll be ready for it. But we just need to try and go to Celtic Park on Saturday, hopefully in the back of 3 points tonight.
Bringing Cammy Devlin back in and Harry Milne, are they ready?
Well, they're ready to play. They can't play 90 minutes, and obviously with Saturday in mind as well, it's important we get them on the pitch and both boys start, because what I don't want to do is bring them off the bench and then if there's a recurrence of any injuries. But we're confident that both boys are good to go. Cammy wasn't so long ago he picked up that injury, so he'll be fine, might be able to do a bit more than Harry, and we'll get Stephen Kingsley as well to come on for Harry as well. So, but I think it was important to get Harry on the pitch tonight. He's been working really hard to get to this, and this was always the game he had in mind, that he could maybe start and play his part. So both players have been brilliant and a big influence on the team, Brian, as you know, so hopefully they can be that again tonight.
Finally, there'll be Hearts fans listening in, even here in the stadium. Derek, what would your message to them be just before kick-off?
Just stick with the team. We're against a team who like to get touches of the ball, and and sometimes they can be straight. Sometimes we've got to pick and choose with fights, but certainly as a fight, we're determined to win tonight.
Thanks, Derek. Good luck.
Cheers, Brian.
Derek McInnes live there in Sports and sounding very calm, very confident, you would have to say. Touched on the fans. Let's now hear from a few of them. They chatted with Brian just a short time ago.
Hey gents, first of all, how's the nerves?
Feeling confident about going into it tonight,
You feel confident?
Feel confident, aye.
About winning the title tonight or just tonight's game?
Winning the game and the title.
What makes you so confident?
You've got to be, what's the point in not being confident about trying to win it?
In terms of expectations from tonight's game though, what are you expecting from the team? Because there is so much riding on this game.
They need to come out and be confident and just come out the traps and try and win the game, like in the first half. There's no point